So it's important that we have the right people, come in and do it so that we maintain the respect with the people we're dealing with. Okay, so what do we do for a living is everyone else's nightmare. So I think it's just stress. So. And it's important that when we go in there as restorers, and you as even if you're involved in it, that we give them the dignity and be careful what we say, what we draw attention to, and then just if you can deal with maybe a family member that will help you through this, it's much more effective. Okay, in dealing with these individuals. Okay, so where to start? I'm just going to go through a number of pictures very quickly. These are just some of the common ones that I've been involved in, and some of them I've just taken from other restorers and other individuals. So when we start to see this, right, we have to ask the question: is it hoarding, collecting, clutter, or squalor? So hoarding is out of control. Collecting is usually a similar thing. They're collecting maybe dolls, or collecting ornaments, or collecting, it could be clothing and things like that, but it hasn't reached the hoarding perspective yet because it's still kind of where it belongs. Clutter is just people that cannot keep their place in order. And then squalor is I gave you the quote earlier, a dirty, wretched mess. So that's kind of the long and the short of that. Okay. So again, just here's some example of hoarding, collecting. All right. Again, same situation here. We're starting to get a little bit of squalor, I should say, in there. A mess, a little bit of collection. Okay, as you see the cans, plastic, saving plastics and things like that. On the right-hand side, you'll see collecting because it's, kind of orderly, but before you know it, it'll end up be just like this. It'll overtake it so that it's beyond, it now loses its function for what it was designed to do. And you can see here, you can't even get down the hallway. Same with this. Okay. What we want to be careful about, though, when we get into a hoarding situation, we could accidentally find something like this. You can see all these guitars are all personally signed. So we never want to accept the fact that, or expect that, oh, it's all just junk or, trash. We have to be very careful how we deal with this. The most important thing I want you to remember is when a hoarder's dealt with, if they don't get support, if they don't get the proper treatment or recognition or social support, it's just going to come back again. So again, just dealing with it the very best way we possibly can.